Guys, real quickly, the bonds, unfortunately, doesn't look good right now, the bond market. It is single-handedly right now on the news that President Trump wants to perhaps take over Greenland. So why is that causing the bond market? Well, because the EU has come out and basically said, if this happens, we're going to basically flood the market with mortgage bonds. Okay? They're going to basically release mortgage, not mortgage bonds, the US bond, the treasury market. Okay, remember, more treasury bonds in the market means an increase in rates, right? Last week, sometime middle to end of last week, I believe it was, Trump announced that he's going to buy mortgage-backed securities, right? The treasury bonds, $200 billion worth. What did that do? It dropped the rates, okay? We need bonds to be invested. We need investors to buy bonds. Otherwise, if not, we're going to see markets up. So if you guys have refinances, obviously you guys are all talking about refinances. You know, there's a sentiment you might want to lock unless you want to play this out and see if, you know, it comes back down. I'm not here to give you advice on what to do, but take the information and proceed as such. Think that's it. Finally, one thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I've learned personally, spot approvals. You guys all do know that if a condo development, okay, is not currently FHA approved, you guys can request a condo or a spot approval for FHA. Yes or no? You guys all know that? Thumbs up? Yep. Awesome. Do you guys know how to look up whether a condo or a development is currently condo approved? Okay, if you don't, it's actually quite simple. Just Google, you can save it. If you just Google FHA condo approval, it's this one here. It's the HUD.gov. And all it is this. Okay, you can sort it out by city, state. Sometimes, you could be as specific or not, but just do know if it conflicts, then it may not pop up. But it's right here, guys. Right, so it would look something like this. So if you have a client that's looking to purchase in the Brea Country condominiums, just know that this was expired back in 2011, and no one has tried to approve it since. Okay, but if the listing agent and the HOA manager comes back and tells you, and the selling agent, hey, we have ample reserves, our delinquency rates are low, we have no issues with repairs and whatnot, it might be worth a shot doing a spot approval. Or maybe perhaps within the past 6 months, there was a buyer who purchased in that community in the Brea Country condominiums with an FHA loan, right? Because a spot approval won't make the entire development FHA approved. Okay, I'll say that one more time. If someone purchased a unit in a condo development and they use a spot approval, that does not necessarily mean that the entire community, that development, is spot approved. Okay, it was just for that single unit. But the good news is if there was one that was spot approved, then the likelihood of the next one getting spot approved is pretty high too, barring nothing has changed in their finances and repair work and so on and so forth. Okay, now as most of you may have already known this, I just found out after 16, 17 years of doing this that VA spot approvals exist as well. Okay, the issue here is that most lenders don't do it. I talked to 2 people at the VA directly because I wanted to see if the other one that was telling me that it exists was telling me the truth or not. And twice, the VA told me exactly what needs to be done to get a spot approval. And no, it doesn't cost any money. There's no fees associated. Okay, so as long as the HOA management, okay, of that condo development is willing to provide documentation, it's a lender. And so far, we only have one, Carrington. Carrington's the only lender that's willing to go onto the VA portal, request a new case for condo spot approval, so as long as the HOA is willing to provide a list of documentation, they are willing to submit the case. No other lender is willing to do it. Okay, so that's good news for you guys. If you are working with the VA who's looking to purchase in a community that is not yet or isn't currently VA approved, okay, Carrington will do the spot approval. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me. Yeah, got an email that I could share with you guys. But that's it for me. Thank you guys. Peter today will be going over some process internal items here today regarding ERP. Yeah, primarily the ERP and processing when it comes to sales and processing.
Yes, thank you, Ragnar. Before I begin, regards to Carrington, currently they don't accept any QM government conventional loans as a correspondent. So we have to submit as a broker. So make sure to charge the borrower and run the QM so that we can expect commission. If you cannot calculate, don't go into borrower paid, but select lender paid and then expect 2.5% rebate. This is the easier way, especially when you broker the VA loans, is because one, you have to pass the 1% rule. Second, lender paid com only allows us to charge the underwriting fee of $11.75. So actually the closing cost drops significantly. We get paid more. The risk, I guess the bottleneck with closing cost, the 1% rule doesn't apply in that way. Okay.